Hi, I'm Futong Chang of Chang Design. On behalf of Concrete Network, welcome to House 6. Well, as all things with a concrete house, you're always contrasting mass and form and trying to obtain a certain lightness, so you don't want everything to be overwrought with the heaviness of concrete. So primarily cantilevering the hearth was a very important feature, and then distinguishing it in color so that it wouldn't be so monolithic with the gray concrete. The other thing we tried to do here is develop that angle on the fireplace so that we set the fireplace back deep, and that way it shows off the mass of the wall. And even though this is a gas burning fireplace, it's not one that's a natural wood burning fireplace, it still has that feeling of the hearth and the feeling of the flame and the feeling of a gathering point. And that was really important. In the overall spatial design of this house, this is all kind of an open, modern space, and the location of the fireplace was important to how the house would feel, of course. So this is an informal type of living, and the family wanted the hearth to be near the kitchen area, near where the community is, and that designated its location in this spot. The ceilings here, as you can see, as you look up, it's the 3 4-foot lifts, so it's 12 feet, 11 feet 6 inches so to the ceiling. And then we floated a ceiling here, and you notice that the ceiling doesn't touch the walls. Again, this is to create this sensation of lightness within this rather heavy medium of concrete. Well, as we had to pour these walls in lifts, 4-foot lifts, you can see the line there. That's the first lift. Obviously, we had to make the fireplace and plan for the fireplace, so we put a knockout along the line of the hearth, where that green hearth is, and there was rebar coming out of that wall already. So we already knew that we were going to cantilever the hearth, the green hearth. Then we poured that first lift, and then those forms were taken and moved up 4 feet and poured again. The reason why we did this was to keep that smooth finish on the walls. We were able to get into the walls and make sure that the articulation of the surface was really smooth and that everything was okay. If you pour from a very high lift and you're pouring down, a lot of times you can't control what's going on. As with a lot of things in this house, there's a lot of detail that escapes the eye unless you really know that it's there. And this hearth is no exception. It's slightly tapered from the bottom, and it also sort of floats away from the walls. But you put a reveal around the edges and kept it away from the walls on the end there. And each one of these little interventions like that requires putting a little knockout in the mold work as they're doing it. The construction of this hearth was done by forming a armature from beneath, and as you can see, it's slightly tapered up, and we had to taper, of course, the armature. Then we poured from the top, and we used our Pro Formula olive as a color. And then once it was cured, we stripped the form away and polished the top. And when you look at the top, there's also little inlays that we put. In this case, it's dolomite from Russia, little inlays. And we sprinkled and scattered some aggregate, some blue, a little bit of blue and a little bit of turquoise in the surface to give it a little life. And the total effect is to make the hearth not only stand out in its lightness, but also contrast in form. From countertops to floors, fireplaces, walls, you can see that anything's possible with concrete. You can start small and dream big. I'm Futong Chang of Chang Design. Thank you so much for watching.